Librarian. It's actually,
did you know Jan's first drag name was Dewey Decimal?
And the very first number that I ever performed in drag was the Arthur library card song.
I thought it was Sherry Sanders.
No, the first one was Arthur, and then it went into Sherry. There was a whole.
Did you like when I put Sherry in?
I loved it. I hope she's.
Think about wearing a full fur fox skin. Yeah. I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, there's another man's come up. Your Grammy and
I wear my greatest clothes. I look incredible. I wear this big ass coat from the thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Hi everybody, I'm Jan.
And I'm Andrew Barret Cox.
And welcome back to another episode of The Witching Hour. Oh my god.
That's the guy.
Woo! I didn't even know. Where we talk about all things Dragula,
Halloween,
witchcraft,
and alternative drag.
Well, everybody, we are here to review episode 6 of Dragula, available primarily on iTunes.
Now available on iTunes.
And we just had to.
I had to watch.
I had to.
Yeah, I bought it today.
I bought these. I can't believe it.
Because I was like, well, I have to watch this.
I had to.
Right.
Is Amazon, like, do they have to call Amazon and be like, no! I don't know what their problem is, because clearly iTunes isn't having a problem.
Here's the tea.
Is this scary? We start this episode off, obviously we know last episode they had to a cockroach, and it was between Hollow and Even Destruction to go get killed.
When you said with the cockroach, I thought you were talking about like the dresses that they were wearing. I was like, what?
We start off the episode with the Boulet brothers scene. And it's, you know, it's not really this, but it's kind of like a death becomes her. You know, they're doing some nip tuck.
Just like a simple outfit and the accessories were so good. I was nervous when they were doing the needle and needle pulling thread into the because I don't like needles.
Well, we're thinning the herd. So we go back to the morgue. So they're all sitting around, they're saying, you know, it's probably gonna be Eva, but they're all nervous because Priscilla's like,
I personally am Team Hollow.
And then it's like, what?
Right.
And then all of a sudden Eva walks through the door. Dahlia's like, I'm better! They sit down and they start talking about Hollow, and they're like, oh, you know, I think it was Hollow's time to go.
Right.
Hollow seemed to be a little bit out of it this, you know, by this point in the competition. They weren't really taking critiques to better themselves.
Better ourselves. You heard what he said? Better ourselves.
You know, Dahlia saying that Hollow was a little too loud and that they weren't taking, you know, critiques well and that they were being too unabashedly them. And Landon was like, well, nobody makes change by being quiet and by sitting by the sidelines and being passionate. Anytime that Hollow was on stage, their art had a message and it had a meaning, and regardless of if you liked it or not, it was loud and it was in your face. I don't know if you saw what Landon did on Instagram yesterday, but he was saying he covers his nipples.
Yeah, free the nipple.
To stand with everybody who's not able to show their nipples.
Right. One time when I was dancing with an old friend of mine who I don't talk to anymore out in LA, we were both wearing nipple pasties and pants and a corset, and they came backstage. We were like go-go dancing, and they were like, you need to put a shirt on to her. And I was like, we literally are dressed in the exact same outfit. This is so stupid. We left.
Good.
Landon is like talking about how amazing it is that they're even on Dragula.
Yes.
And like the fact that Landon and Hollow are on Dragula is like a statement in itself, and so they're gonna use that platform.
1000%. So the contestants get brought to the main stage where we find out that they are competing in an emergency room themed challenge.
My lovely daughter, Rebecca Ann Lehman, is competing.
There will be a photo session and they get a spread if they win in all. They get a spread if they win in alternative press,
yeah.
which is absolutely amazing.
They also are doing the photo shoot in a
Describe yourself in 3 words.
haunted, abandoned hospital.
Yes, yes. So they have to come up with these looks to be some sort of either a doctor, a patient, anything that has to do with the emergency.
Fall off the motorcycle!
I love this challenge. I wish that they would have used Andrew's song Emergency Room in the background because it seems like it would be so fitting.
Thank you so much for plugging my song.
Insert clip.
We can dance all night in the emergency room. Let the music be your medication. We can dance all night in the emergency room. Just give in to your dark temptation.
Saw Haley Moore on the street today.
Did you?
Did. So funny. Yeah.
In the emergency room.
Great job, you guys. That was so good.
Awesome job, Kate. Awesome job, Haley. There is a spread out.
Right, there's a little spread.
There's a little gift.
Yes, and it's actually the Boulet brothers spread in alternative press, and the contestants are reading it, and it's actually really quite poetic, and you learn about the struggles of the Boulet brothers.
What's cool about them as people is like they just seem approachable. It gets like a little emotional. Talking about being gay and their parents and why they do Dragula. They were monitored and why they created this platform for people to grow in.
Reading this article actually, you know,
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.
so reading this article provokes Louisiana to say that she also struggled growing up, and tells a really, really touching story about how when they were 16 years old, she was showing flu-like symptoms, and her mom took her to the doctor, and the doctor just...
The doctor named Dave?
Dr. Dave by the lake.
Sorry. The doctor.
But the doctor is realizing just by Louisiana's voice, or assuming that Louisiana is
gay.
Who are you calling Faye? I have a son.
But it makes the doctor and Louisiana's mother think that Louisiana might be HIV positive.
We're positive.
Or have AIDS.
You see this? It's AIDS. It's as real as an egg.
The doctor leaves the room, and Louisiana's mom straight up says, if you have AIDS, you're gonna get the fuck out of our house. And that is just so fucked up.
So fucked.
Beyond belief.
Dance company.
Could you imagine like the face crack when like the doctor comes back and they're like, no, you actually have Lyme's disease. And the mom's like, phew! Like, I'm lucky and I feel like you're lucky that we have parents that are very supportive and like regardless of what were to happen with us in our lives or anything, they would be like, they wouldn't ostracize us, they'd be like, how can we help?
Yes, you have a support system now, but like there was a time when men were kind. You were in an all-boys Catholic school. You loved God for a minute.
Love God.
You loved God. And then finally...
I am the Dark Lord's sword!
Finally, I had my came to Jesus moment. I got water healed in a jacuzzi, and it looks back. Yeah, I think that it's nice to look back at that time and be, you know, I don't know. I don't really.
Don't
what
say
was I gonna say?
Seeing like the LGBTQ people that came before us.
And the BLT community. I love me some bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes.
And allow us, you know, a bit more tolerance and a bit more acceptance that we get now.
Louisiana makes a very, very bold statement saying, my life started at 36 years old.
Which is really
cool. And it was when she started doing drag. And now she's 42 and doing the goddamn thing on Dragula for thousands of people to see.
Get the fag off the TV, I'm not watching that.
And then we go back into that part where they pretend to be doing things and we, like my thing is like, it's just them brushing the wig and then there's totally a line that was fed to them that was like, alright guys, I think we should be done for the night.
Are there any looks for you that are jumping out at you?
Get over it and up your game.
Moving on.
Just from this first, like,
From the reverse look, I'm going back in action, you know, pretending I haven't seen the episode. First thing that comes to mind is I am a big fan of Resident Evil, Silent Hill, also a lot of other horror video games.
It's time you knew the truth.
Eva's, you know, I see this giant parasite. Be a parasite. Reminds me of the nurses from Silent Hill.
Oh, wait, this is funny. Wait. And then just fucking Louisiana is taking this goddamn bunny and is just like, let me distress it with this lighter.
You know it's because Louisiana had nothing else to do.
Right?
They were like, but you have to be working on something. And she's like, I guess I can light this stuffed animal on fire.
So the contestants leave, and then the next shot is them
coming back
at it. So cool. And then we see the Boulet brothers on the main stage in these wild looks.
I love them.
I love them. I love them.
I'm obsessed with that.
They look like a cartoon come to life for me.
I wish I
love
didn't have
the
the
hair.
skirt. I literally just wish that.
Oh,
you see
sure,
what I'm
if they were
talking
like in a gown.
Yeah.
And then we are introduced to our first guest judge, Millie Shapiro.
From Hereditary.
So cool.
I'm obsessed. I actually was lucky enough to do a little cabaret with Millie Shapiro, and I got to meet her, and she's a delight. She's so passionate about drag, and I love that.
Do you love them?
I love that she's on this show.
I love presents. I love sweets. I love teas. I love my house.
Representing. That's fucking awesome.
Well, her performance in Hereditary was amazing, and then also, I was saying to somebody, it's like, well, she's now stapled as a scream queen. Did you see Hereditary?
No. And then the next guest judge is Paige Owens. She is a cook. She loves to Pinterest. She has really fun hair. But also, no, but for real, she's a dreamer.
And a survivor.
I'm Janie Gold, wedding planner extraordinaire. And a survivor.
No, she's not.
I'm a survivor! I'm a survivor!
She's a survivor.
She's the marketing director of
Alternative Press. Amazing, yeah.
Alright, and now let's get to the floor show.
So the first contestant in the floor show is Madeline! And I think Madeline looks absolutely stunning. Mug is fucking beat. I love this jacket. I love what's underneath, and then I love the black that's like basically on her chest.
She looks like Jessie from Team Rocket after like...
Yes! But it's also one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, emergency room at a hospital. Let me be a nurse.
You've been read.
I don't think she missed the mark. I think that she nails the mark a little too much on the head.
Yeah.
Like it was too literally.
And popping them on the head.
Yeah.
But I would see any drag queen doing this at like an emergency room party in New York. You know what I mean? Like I would just be like, cute.
You guys should make it like a little edgier.
As Effie from Dreamgirls said, I can go further. I can go further. The next contestant that is on the main stage for the floor show is Eva Destruction.
I love this like T-virus nurse. I love that Millie Shapiro read her for not having the blood spatter on the tights in the same place as the dress.
But yeah, I think they were saying to maybe play with latex or something to make it look like it is coming out of the skin rather than just like a headpiece. Yeah.
Totally.
But the makeup's fucking awesome. Next up is Louisiana Purchase. I think that it's different from anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's like why I like Louisiana. She has a different perspective than everybody else in the competition. She took it off, we saw the strangle marks, and I was like, work, go bitch, like this is awesome.
She was like one of those maids that like hands out cigarettes and candy, do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
you know,
from like the 40s, yeah, or like the 50s.
Hey little Miss Sad Pants and her friend Serious Sally. How about some nice cool mints to turn those frowns upside down?
Do you think a nice cool minute help if I shoved your head up your ass?
She's always sort of pin-up-y, kind of gal.
Very Saint-Tropez.
Very Saint-Tropez.
Very Saint-Tropez.
Saint-Tropez.
By bringing herself to this challenge, it was something that no one else did. No one else had pink.
I love pink.
And then next up we have Landon Cider. Once again, fucking so cool.
Perfection.
He's got brains coming out, these tubes going everywhere, a book that says intelligence that's spelled wrong.
That is...
That's a gag. But my favorite thing is she's like, yeah, intelligence is spelled wrong, and he's like, oh, I didn't notice, but now I'll just put it on a t-shirt and make some money off of it.
It's just like, yep, businessman.
Businessman. Truly, truly.
Capitalize on the moment, bitch. Yes.
It's like very doctor, but also kind of like Johnny Casino from Grease.
Next up, we have Dahlia Black. I just think the leech thing is kind of random. The makeup is fabulous, and I love the wig. It's giving me grudge.
Leeches on Dahlia's feet.
The details are really, really great. But if it was like a hospital gown, but like in a like interesting, unique silhouette or something, like it's literally a hospital gown where you can also see Dahlia's underwear.
Yeah.
And then the last contestant is Priscilla Chambers. Now,
I was fucking so gagged because when she came out with this baby calf, I was like, wow, what an amazing prop.
What a lovely family heirloom.
It looks so real. Here's the fucking twist. It is real. It is a real stillborn baby calf. Where the fuck did she get that?
I think she said that she got it from like a farm that she sought out. I mean,
like, did she refrigerate it? Like, I'm confused.
Oh, sure. I think that in the morgue it was a good idea, but I don't love the execution.
You know, I see the cow patches, like it's coming out, inseminated, but I actually wish it was more of a 3D makeup than a 2D. Cow prosthetics or like had a cow nose or like
sure. Could you imagine when she was getting ready, she was like, oh yeah, no, she was like, this is the look, but I'm also gonna have a stillborn calf.
They clock her because they're like, I wish your pregnant belly was the same color as your skin, but like we don't see udders, it's just a pregnant belly. If she had like giant udders, it would have looked really cool.
So now we are transferred over to this abandoned hospital.
I actually wonder what this hotel is.
Right.
By hotel, I mean hospital.
It's the McKittrick Hotel we're sleeping over.
Oh my god.
And these are the images that they are going to use for the winner in a 2-page spread in Alternative Press. Everybody's looks really, really good. They're getting down to the wire and everybody's performing at a really, really high level. We go back onto the main stage for the critiques.
Stillborn calf.
I can't see anything with these, but I imagine it's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
It's wild.
Like, what the fuck? First of all, Millie Shapiro is shutting it down, giving amazing critiques.
Awesome critiques, yeah. Like, go the fuck off, Millie. Good for you. We need you back for season 4.
Yeah.
I think
Millie should be a permanent judge.
But honest to God,
Millie's doing Michelle Visage.
Bitch, could you imagine?
Oh, I love that they go around and go.
Oh yeah.
The tops are Louisiana, Landon, and is it Dahlia?
It's Dahlia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eva's in the bottom, which I think is weird.
And the bottoms are Eva, Priscilla, and Madeline.
I think that Eva should not have been in the bottom. I think that Dahlia should have been in the bottom. But I see why. They were both, I mean, I know that this is actually the episode where they were like, if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom. But I think that there's like a clear safe. The winner, despite misspelling intelligence, is Landon Sider. Eva, who was actually doing really, really well the last 2 weeks, has been towards the bottom now. And getting into the latter part of this competition, what's gonna happen? Because, you know, Louisiana, again, has now been in the top for the 3rd week in a row.
Louisiana's rising.
Yeah. We find out that the bottom 2 are Priscilla and Madeline.
They're literally like, Madeline, I'm beginning to think you're doing this on purpose.
I'm not gonna cry about things that I can't change.
Keep it foxy. Wah wah.
Let's talk about the extermination.
Oh, my jaw was like this. So, have you ever been electrocuted? I want to have a conversation. Do you guys remember the game that used to be in children arcades that was Uncle Fester from the Addams Family, and you had to hold on to the things and it would electrocute you?
No, ma'am.
What was that? Do you see that bug, EJ?
Yeah.
That better not be a cockroach.
It's not.
They were getting electrocuted with 6,000 volts to their neck.
No, I wouldn't.
Which, I mean, I don't know if that's actually a lot, but it sounds like a shit ton. 6,000 of anything. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot.
I love that they're doing like this
big
Fear
operation.
Factor Dragula version of the childhood game Operation.
Literally.
I love that Priscilla's literally like, can I just lip sync for my life?
Yeah, oh my god.
Chill it out, take it slow, then you'll rock out the show.
I think Madeline probably had a suspicion that she was going home. And unfortunately, we do find out that in a Hereditary style,
yeah, I loved that.
Madeline gets exterminated. I thought it was so clever. I thought it was awesome that they did that paid homage to
think you're
Miller.
clever, don't you?
Yeah.
My son's an honor student. You know,
yes. Oh my god.
Proud mother of an honor student. Oh no. No, I just wanted to shock them.
Oh, okay, well, just like that,
Just
they were
like
shocked.
that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. We will see you next week for episode 7 of season 3 of Dragula. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. My name is Jan.
My name is Barret Cox.
And we'll see you next week.
Only I know the
Ugly. And if you want to see us perform live with the Boulet brothers, Trixie and Katya, the top 4 of Dragula season 3, and other incredible artists, get your tickets now to Dragathon, the Boulet brothers Halloween Night Spooktacular in Boston. Ha 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 ha. I killed Sirius Black.
Okay.
Did I make you this?
No.